Yeah. Hey, good morning, guys. It's Saturday Morning Live with Johnny Phillips. That's fucking hilarious, man. Anybody out there? Is there anybody out there? Remember that? Pink Floyd, I think. Is there anybody out there? Ah! Let's get. I'm gonna use my other phone, guys. I don't know if what's going on here. This going live shit is a little crazy, especially for a fucking inept old guy. Guys, it's fucking cold out this morning. My ears are itchy. My coffee's good. Let me see if I can pull my channel up on so I can read the questions if there are any. It's so funny, man. It's just hilarious. Trying to sit back a little bit more, guys, because I get the mug is a little hard to fucking swallow these days. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah. I picked up about 13 subscribers last night, guys. It's a good day for me on YouTube. Let me see if I gotta pull up this thing. I don't even know if I'm live, guys. The ineptitude is. I don't know if ineptitude or ineptity is a better word. Yeah, I don't know how to pull it up, guys. Like a fucking, I look like a fucking ostrich. What the fuck is that? So, guys, I've been getting reamed. I think a couple of Mikey Pipes fucking subscribers have managed to find their way to my channel, and they're schooling me on how how fucked up I am for not loving Trump. And my answer to all of that is look up the definition of morally bankrupt. Morally bankrupt. Half of America. That's the biggest issue in America. Moral bankruptcy. I can't see my questions. I might have to go to a different view here, guys. Oh, here we go. I tried to get on my own channel and I can't, guys. Oh, fucking. Some people are morally bankrupt. I'm mentally bankrupt. Some would say maybe that's the same thing. I love it, man. You guys are funny as shit, man. I will tell you, man. Tradesmen, guys in the fucking trades, we have great fucking. Good morning, Cole King, my friend, my man. We have a great sense of humor. You know, you have to be able to laugh in this fucking world when you do the shit we do for a living. Cole King, my friend, I look forward to seeing your name every day, my friend. Seriously, I know you called me early on and introduced yourself. I had a great conversation with you, and you're just my kind of guy, man. I love you, brother. Look at these guys. There's Bella. Bella, somebody's asking for you. Come here, sweetie. Yeah, say hello. Say good morning, Daddy boy. Yeah, say good morning. Okay. That's it. Bella saying hello. Ah, who is that? Sean Peasy. I am healing up well, man. I mean, yesterday, I don't know, my eyes were really feeling pretty bad, but last night before I went to bed, it seems to be in the morning when I wake up, it's pretty nasty looking. You know, I got a fucking sack under this eye. I got more problems now than I had before I had this surgery. I mean, look at my fucking nose. My sister was right. It looks like a dick hanging off of my face, man. Shit! I hate when she's right. Anyways, yeah, I got a few more issues, you know. I got a fucking forehead now like a Neanderthal. My fucking eyes have been pulled a little closer together, which is uncomfortable. I have some plastic sutures left in my face. And, but it's all good, man. Let's see, let's read a Cool King. I'll call you again. I'd love to hear from you again, brother. You got a lot to offer to people. You've been in business for a long time. You have employees. You're the real deal, the real McCoy, as they say. Just getting it every day. So I got like I said, I got a couple of nasty fucking comments, and you know, YouTube's tough, man. These guys, they can get away with, you know, throwing mud at me, but when I turn camera sideways to make picture bigger, I can't, because I can't see the comments, man. Sorry, I tried that. I tried to pull this stuff up on my other phone so I could put the camera sideways, but I'm fucking totally inept when it comes to this. Let's see, man. Yeah, I can't. I don't know, guys. I'm a fucking retard. 45. Wow, brother. I'm at like 27 in my business right now. I've been plumbing down here in Sarasota since 1988. People are jumping ship over to Mikey Pipes, man. Thanks, Cole King. I gotta get my fucking glasses on. I can't even. I'm like, trying to read. Comments are like assholes. Everybody has one. Yes. Yes, and that's part of what it means to be an American, you know. You can't shut me up, and you can't try to force me to think the way you think, man. I'm a fucking individual. You know? Guys, and I'm a Democrat. There ain't too many guys sticking their neck out in this country. Democrats, they're not as verbose as the Republicans. They kind of just sit back. They don't say much, but I'm not that type of guy. I've been swimming against the fucking tide my whole life, man. There's no sense in, Mikey who? I like that, yeah. Mikey's a good guy. He's got some shit he needs to learn. He has a great opportunity. I was thinking the other night, he has a great opportunity to really take a look at himself and how he treats his customers, how he treats his employees, and start fresh, man. Really, just, make some serious changes. Make a list, Mikey, of your fucking good qualities and some of the stuff you need to work on, man. We're all fucking imperfect. But coming to Orlando, and at his age, I don't know how old he is. He's in his 40s, but he's got a good 20, 25 years of working down here. And they don't need sweaters, man. Jesus Christ, they're wearing fur coats, man. Ah, my dogs. Always honest and true, yeah. That's it, man. That's all you can be, is who you are, Stand up. Be counted. I would never. Donald Trump couldn't lead me into battle. When you get a new guy like Mikey Pipes is going through that shit right now. He shows up on the scene. He's the commander-in-chief. And his guys are going to make the decision. Do they want to stand behind this guy and march into battle with him? Or are they going to fucking bail, So anyways, it's a great morning. It's cold, guys. Look at this, man. 60 degrees. No humidity. Bella is doing her thing. She's doing her dog show. My lanai is totally covered in sand from all the rain washing out these plants. It's a beautiful day. Look. And there's one wet spot. Right on my fucking ass, man. Shit! Let me read some questions. I would look good in a red hat. MAGA. Make the asshole go away. Yeah. That's what that stands for, boys. Cole King, I'm the same way, brother. Never ask a man to do what something you wouldn't do. I'm the same way. I was always in the fucking trenches. I'll jump in the hole as quick as anybody. But I gotta tell you, man, as I get older, it's just tougher. It'd probably kill me digging up a sewer tap. Yeah, ostracized. That's what I was looking like early on in this fucking live feed. You're correct, though. We can't have a civil conversation. We're devolving in this country, unfortunately. Anybody who doesn't agree with you, they're fucking the enemy. And, the old saying, divide and conquer, that's what's happened to us. Anybody who can't stand to talk about politics is doing their country a disservice, man. You got to stand up and fight for. And I don't know. I mean, there's going to be two sides to every coin, but Jesus Christ, man, look up the definition of moral bankruptcy. Dude, I voted for Republican presidents in my life. Ronald Reagan. I personally like George Bush Sr., man. He was a fucking veteran. His story was amazing. Donald Trump is a fucking piece of shit. He's a fucking criminal, dude. He's a mob boss. Everybody who comes in contact with him ends up in jail, bankrupt, sitting before a judge. Cold King, you're right on point with every comment you make, my friend. It's toxic. You're a better wordsmith than me. I kind of, yeah, we'll leave it at that. Willie, how you doing, my friend? J Fly the Pump Guy. Have I ever worked outside of Florida? Well, let me tell you guys, I quit school in the 9th grade, 3 months into the 9th grade, if you can believe that. Yeah, I'm a fucking total idiot. I was a smart kid, but I went right to work, man. I wasn't even old enough to drive, but I bought a van, and I went in business, man, at 14. I was doing carpentry, rebuilding porches, painting, roofing, up in Rhode Island, and always worked hard. But yeah, I worked up in Rhode Island until I went in the Navy. Then I came back here. When I got out, I came to Florida, and just always been a hard worker. Everybody in my family are hard workers, good hard working Democrats. Not what you hear on some of these news channels. You know, we work our fucking balls off. Hey, Truffatori, how you doing, my friend? Truffatori, yeah, it's kind of like Fazzolata. My name was Johnny Fazzolata, but I'm Irish and it sounded a little too Italian, so I dropped the A. Johnny Fazzolata. Hey, how you doing? Willie, you are correct, man. They both have an agenda. CNN, Fox, they're all just blowing smoke up our asses. And let me tell you, man, like today's a perfect example, man. All the shit that's going on in the world, if you don't watch the news, man, life is good, man. Life is good. The high prices, you know, yeah, it sucks, but it's, you know, we're not standing in line getting bread and cheese. We're still living pretty good in this country. Well said, Willie. I missed what Willie said. Can somebody give me a... J Fly, you're the guy I sent you something in the mail, didn't I? Some tools or something? Yo, I see. J Fly, yeah. Sean Peasy. Stuffing our faces on Coco's barbecue. Yeah, baby. I'm glad that guy didn't call me up and say, take that video down. I get that every once in a while, you know? Because, I mean, maybe they didn't want to be part of the debate, you know? And I was expecting maybe a call from Coco saying, hey, man. Oh, frozen pipes in mobile homes. I've got some pictures of mobile homes, guys. The plumbing. They go up on the wall of shame. Just a rat's nest of pipes coming from everywhere. Crazy. Where are you, man, getting pipes that are frozen? We're at 19 minutes, guys. Who's getting the calls, man? Let's see what we can do here. Oh, I see. We can go backwards. Dennis Cordova. Dennis, where are you getting calls, my friend? Where are you? It's cold, though. I can tell you that. If it's 60 degrees in Sarasota, it's pretty cold north of here. So we got 36 people. All going to get coffee at the same time, it appears, or they're tired of typing. Yeah. Guys, I love this, man. We're all hardworking guys. God bless you, man. We do the best we can, you know? Central. Central New York. Wow. A hard freeze warning will be up for the Jacksonville area tonight. Wow. They're going to have the smudge pots going or whatever. I don't know. Maybe there's no oranges left in Florida. They're all the fucking groves have been, all the orange groves in Sarasota turned into subdivisions. Oh, yeah, man. I know. Crawling under trailers is not for me. I was in a trailer the other day and I'm going to replace toilets in it, Sean. And they're just nasty. I've been in houses where you had to actually, the crawl space was so small that you actually had to tunnel under the cast iron to get to the other side of the house. And just horrible. That shit's all behind me. Look at this poor little fucker. Fucking Larry Lizard lost his tail and he's freezing. What should I do, guys? Bring him in the fucking house and put him in the microwave to warm him up? Or just leave him alone? That's what I think I'll do. I'll just leave him alone. Fucking Larry Lizard. Larry the Lounge Lizard. Let's see. Stick my arms up inside of that. What? Yeah, that insulation's fucking nasty. Oh, that mobile home I was in the other day. She called me 20 something years ago, and my nephew had just started his business, and she said I need a repipe. I said I ain't doing it. Call my nephew, and he went over there and repiped it, and he got the waters crossed. It appears in the master bath, unless somebody came and replaced the cartridge and put it in upside down. The shower's got the hot and cold cross, but I'm not touching anything in there. She wants me to put new toilets in, but every time I pull a toilet in a mobile home, the floor is just fucking rotted out, and I try to avoid them like the plague, to be honest with you. Let's read some questions. Sean Peasy. On the shoreline, wow, 18 degrees, man. My dad's up in Barrington. Wow. Barrington, Rhode Island? Oh, yeah, man. My brother lived in Barrington for a long time. And my mom and dad, that's where they started our family, man. Barrington. You know where the White Bridge is? That White Bridge in Barrington, heading towards, I think it's on 136. I don't know what route that is, but there's a bridge there in the White Church. My mom and dad, back in the 40s, owned that big 3-story Victorian house, man. Right across the street, going back towards Providence. Yeah, it was a big-ass house, man. I don't know how they did it. Raised 11 kids on my dad. My mom never worked, man. My dad was bringing home all the fucking bacon. She was frying it up in the pan. We all did good, man. Guys, this is a great way to start the weekend. I hope you all have a great weekend. Stay warm. When I was a kid, man, we had fireplaces in my house, and my buddy, he was a painting contractor, and let's see here, man. Guys, I'm gonna try something here. Bear with me. I'm gonna try to put this thing on the tripod because I'm all over the place. For you guys who are epileptic, you're probably throwing up. Yeah, I think I can get this thing. Yeah, I got a lot of family in Rhode Island still, my friend. You know where the Lincoln Bar is in Riverside? Oh yeah, man. Free hot dogs on fucking Friday night. Whatever. 50-cent hot dogs. All right. Jackson. Man, I need my coffee warmer. This coffee's almost cold. Let's see here. Yeah, Cold King, they are a fucking pain in the ass. Heading towards Bristol, man. Guy, I used to fish under the Mount Hope Bridge, man. That was my favorite place to fish. Catching tautog, squetig. We'd be out there all night, man. Me and my buddy, we'd fucking grab a case of beer, go down there, and I just loved it, man. I really loved being up there, but I came down here when I got out of the Navy, and this is where I built my life, man. Bob Morley. Can I tell you what makes a shower valve whistle when you turn it on? I would stop by taking that shower head off and see if it's still whistling. Most likely it's got something to do with the shower head. But if you take the shower head off and it's still whistling, you got to dig a little deeper. Take the cartridge out. Or go outside and listen if you have a backflow on the house. Make sure you don't have a backflow problem that's rearing its head in the shower. New York system, buddy. Fucking gaggers. Yeah, baby. I love them fucking hot wieners, man. New York system. Great, man. Those things are unique to Rhode Island, brother. Fuck yeah, I go in there, I get like 6 of them things and an order of French fries, some fucking coffee, milk. That's Rhode Island. It's unique, man. Nothing like it in the world. Nothing like having some fucking furry forearm Greek guy making 6 fucking hot dogs for you right up his fucking sweaty arm. Yeah, it's good. Love them. Ah! Malt vinegar, hell yeah, buddy. I put it on everything. When I go and get fish and chips, man, I go down here to Miller's Steakhouse on Friday night to get some fish and chips. And I put so much malt vinegar on my fish and chips that people next to me on both sides have to move. Because I sit at the bar. It's easy. I just walk in. I don't have to wait for a table. But man, I fucking douse that shit. And I love eating salt vinegar potato chips too, man. Arizona, yeah. Jay Fly, you're a good man. I like you, man. Oh, yeah, he got a new guy from Providence. I think he was in the mob. It's a damn good possibility, buddy. Federal Hill, greatest food in the world, Atwell's Ave. But, you know, you could end up with somebody's brains in your fucking pasta. Shit happens. You gotta be careful who you fuck with up there, because a lot of them are wise guys. I gotta tell you, man, they did I was on a Sopranos binge for a long time, and they had one episode where they went to Providence and talked to these old fucking mobsters. It was fucking hilarious. These guys are like 80 years old. They're like, for a fucking extra $500, we'll cut his fucking arms off with a hacksaw. You gotta love it, man. Yeah, a lot of people disappear in Rhode Island, man. They're everywhere, and they make some damn good food. I'll tell you that. I knew a guy. That's fucking hilarious. That could have been one of my relatives, Sean Peasy, yeah. Thanks there, J Fly. Come on, some of you other guys. We got fucking 30 people in here. You probably like me, you can't fucking type fast. Can't text. Dennis Cordova, sometimes the tub spout. Yeah, absolutely, man. If it's a tub and shower, it definitely could be the tub spout. Good point, Dennis. Good point. They always make fucking noise. And I guess you can buy parts for them. I saw something the other day. I just change them. I'm a slip fit tub spout guy. I don't know, why guys like threading on those male adapters. I've never had an issue with mowing slip fit spouts in a tub. They're easy. Just don't over tighten that Allen screw. Dap it in, and you won't have any problems. They're easy, man. It's easier to, when you're doing new construction, to just leave it off, leave it at a point where you just have to cut it, slip the thing on, man. It takes fucking 10 minutes or less to trim out a tub and shower. No soldering over a cheap plastic tub, Vicro, Sterling. That's the way I do it. To each his own. I don't hate on people, man. Let them do it their own way. 32 minutes, man. Let's see. Arizona matters. Dude, you guys are packing down there, aren't you? In Arizona, J-Fly? Everybody, it's like the Wild West down there, isn't it? Everybody's got heat on their side. What? What are we talking about here? Somebody getting kidnapped and you paid the ransom? Oh, I'd have just wrote them off, man. No, I'm kidding. I take that one back. That was a bad joke. Yeah, that picture, man. That was I've been through a lot, man. That picture, by the time I got to the Navy, man, my brother had died. My best friend got killed. I've been in the streets for a while. Like I said, I quit school at 14 or whatever it was, 3 months into the 9th grade. But yeah, man, I was out there running in the street for a while, and there's a lot of shit. I mean, I'm not trying to paint a picture like I was some fucking badass. That's not who I was, but it was a tough town, man, and I was hanging with the tough guys, and I always hung around with older people, older than me. But yeah, that picture I put up yesterday of me in the Navy, my eyes had seen a whole lot by that time. And I knew that life was going to be a bumpy ride, man. Wasn't going to be no fucking cakewalk, I can tell you that. But I'm good, man. I feel like all the shit that I've been through in my life formed me as the man I am today. And the people I grew up with in my neighborhood. A lot of them were poor, or right on the edge of, they weren't rich by any means. And I have empathy for these people. I know that they're good people, you know what I mean, for the most part. But there's a vortex in these poor areas, and you get sucked into shit. You get sucked into drugs and It's terrible, man. It's tough. Poverty is the fucking reason for most of the problems we have in this country. And poverty is caused by these handful of fucking billionaires who are just sucking money out of this economy. They fucking, they'll pull the whole table of food into their lap and tell the rest of us to go fucking whatever. Go fuck ourselves. That's how I feel. Anyways. Hey, Sean, you probably have heard of the fucking Tillinghast and all them guys up there in Rhode Island, man. Those are some tough bastards, man. Yeah, Tillinghast. I think they were, I don't know, is that Irish? But yeah, there's a lot of shit going on. I remember when the mob boss died. What the hell was his name? Can't even think of his name. It's been so long since I've been up there, man. But I remember them saying that when his funeral, they had his funeral in Rhode Island up on Broadway. The FBI went in there and stuck a fucking skewer in him in his coffin to make sure he was dead. Make sure they weren't fucking pulling his leg. Let's read this. I use a 1/2 inch by 1/2 by copper drop aired 90 to anchor the tub spout. Yeah, you can do that. That's a lot of extra work. You know, and you got to get a nipple, and you can do it. And if you do it the same every time, you can use the same nipple. I get that. I just, you know, slip fit spouts are kind of idiot proof. You just run the copper out a couple inches long and then trim it off and slap the thing together. You don't have to even measure anything. You just need to, you know, cut it anywhere from 2 to 4 inches off the wall. And when I was putting tub and shower valves in, the measurements were I used hard copper on that drop to the tub. That's the key to keep that thing from moving. And I had a special way of building my shower valves with, because we were doing houses in CPVC. I'd use those copper to CPVC adapters from Sioux Chief. It's about an 8-inch piece of copper with a CPVC adapter in the end of it. And I would make sure that the valve body itself was strapped really good. There was no need for us to put a separate piece of backing on the tub spout, and I never had an issue with tub spouts moving, being loose, or being an issue. The other thing that I always did was I used a 3-hole strap up on a shower, but I always put a copper strap on that drop aired L2 in case, you know, 20 years down the line, you're trying to get that nipple out and you break an air off and the shower head's loose. I always put a copper strap, a 3/4 inch strap around the drop aired L at the base of it, and that would prevent the shower head from being loose if the airs got broken off. So just a little tech tip. I was all about trying to get these houses done and not have any issues, man. And we were flying, guys. We had our shit set up. Everybody knew what to do. 2 guys in a tub set, you know, get the vents out, and then hit the rest of it. It was easy, man. I enjoyed it. I really did. Let's see here. Part of the Big 7. Wow. I don't know who the Big 7 were. Willie David, you too, my friend. Enjoy. Stay safe. I don't know where you are, but stay warm if you have to. And Bella wants to say goodbye to you. Bella. Hello. Come here, sweetie. Say goodbye. Better, what the matter? Say goodbye. All right, guys. We're at 40 minutes. Still have 31 people tuned in. I'll go for a little longer. My face, my hair itches. Guys, I traded in a little scab on the tip of my nose for fucking 12 other problems, man. But I guess it's a good thing. I guess. I'm trying to keep the sunshine, the sunshine in the picture, guys. Guys, we're a community. Jay Fly, thanks for being such a gracious guest on the channel and talking to other guys. I think it's great, man. We need to do that more in this country. Talk to each other, not just with people who agree with you. You gotta, really, and I gotta do it more too, but you gotta look at things through other people's eyes, What has their life experience been? Anyways. Bella, Willie said goodbye. Willie said have a great day. He's a good guy. He's thinking about you. Hey, some of you guys named Tom, a friend of mine, with a fucking alias on this channel? I think so. Tommy C, let me know. What's your thoughts on 20-year or older CPVC pipes turning brittle and leaking? Honestly, I don't see CPVC pipes and fittings leaking. There's either a catastrophic failure, meaning something blew apart. Typically a street 90 is where they, you get some hammer arresters, some water hammer, and it could snap a street 90. So I got in the habit of when you're repiping houses, instead of using a street 90 up in the attic, make sure you use a piece of pipe and then a regular 90. But listen, I've been putting CPVC in houses under the slab since, I would say, 2002, 2003, and it's not an issue, man. It really is not. It's just people. I watched Steve Lav yesterday putting in a filter on a house, and you could tell that he was just green as the day is long when it comes to CPVC. It almost looked like he was afraid of the shit, And if you watch me working with it, you can see that I've been doing that shit for a long time, man. Steve yesterday, my only critique was he waited way too long. With CPVC one-step glue, you got to put that shit on and glue the joint. Stick it together, and having way too much glue is a big issue because that shit continues to eat away at that pipe. If you ever went to when CPVC first came on the market, I went to a seminar they had up near the airport, and all the plumbers in town came, and they were showing their system and all this stuff. And one of the biggest things they said was puddling of glue is a real issue. So, for me, I put a good amount of glue on the pipe and then just put a little bit in the fitting so you're not getting a lot of glue get pushed into right there at that joint. But man, I've been putting CPVC in for a long, long time. I have it in my house, overhead in the attic. It's been there for 15, maybe 17 years. And I haven't had one problem with it, man. It's a great product. It's fast. It was really cheap when it first came on the market. And now the prices have gone up, but it's still cheaper than, you can go buy 100 feet of CPVC, half inch, which if that were copper, you're probably looking at, I don't even know how much the shit is now for a 20-foot length, man. 60, 70, $80 for 20 feet, a half inch. L. I never used M copper. I used L all the time on everything. Never bought that red letter shit. It's garbage. It's thin and it's gonna, you know. Anyways, so that's how I feel about CPVC. They've come a long way. The stops that you can buy now, they're PR09, 09s, 19s, 17s, the glue-on. And honestly, I prefer to have a shut-off valve that, you know, screws in. I don't like the quarter-turn valves because they're not serviceable, man. You can't do anything. You can't tighten up a pack. If it's dripping, you got to fucking replace it. I don't like it. And some people like to throttle down a little bit on their on toilets and hot water, whatever. I just like the old style valves. I do shit the old style way, old timer, the way I learned. But that's how I feel about CPVC. It's a great product. And at some point, you know, for me, you got to pick and choose what you're going to have on your truck, man. I can't have a fucking full selection of copper, full selection of CPVC, a full selection of PEX, and a full selection of ProPress. You just can't do it. And I see so many guys out here with ProPress, and it always seems to be an issue that they don't have that fitting, you know? You see how I keep my fittings on my truck. I got drawers full of CPVC fittings. And everybody's going to do things different, but that's how I do it. And enough on CPVC. Let's see. Willie, have a great day, bro. Roni, my man. Yeah, the CPVC gets brittle. You just got to know what you're working with, and you can get through it. Sharif who? Yeah, the CPVC underground. You know, when I first started plumbing, you couldn't have joints under the slab down here. And then that all went to the, you know, they said, oh, you can have joints now. That's all. That's what happens with these powerful corporations. They're able to get shit approved that, you know, like I look at like PEX and those insertion fittings. That goes against everything I ever learned about plumbing, you know. Make sure you deburr that pipe so it's smooth in there, and then you buy PEX with a plastic fitting or a brass fitting that, you know, is basically a fucking speed bump for the water. And it's ridiculous, man. That's what money does to things, man. Sean Pete, let it sit for 5 to 6 hours. No, man. Dude, I'll be honest with you. I put shit together on a water heater, man. 10, 15 minutes, I'm turning that water on, and I never have a fucking issue, ever. A half hour on a rough-in, especially on a hot day, we'd pressurize that shit up to 100 pounds and never have a problem. You got to be careful when you're pressurizing a plumbing system for inspection. We used to pump it up to about 110 psi because, for one thing, the air is hot, which means it's expanded even more, and the pipe was hot. So overnight, you know, the pressure would drop down in the pipes, and you don't have a leak. It's just that the air and the pipes have cooled off, and you would get a commensurate drop in pressure. But you needed to have 100 psi for inspection. So, Bella, shut up! Fucking typical woman. Steve Lav doesn't like it. He doesn't like CPVC or ProPress. He's set in his ways, and that's fine. You know what I mean? Uh, Everybody's gonna do shit, but down here in Florida, we don't have basements. We don't have the freezing problem, the cold weather. I see a lot of guys up there. They don't use the ratchet cutters on PVC, and maybe I see them. They're like cutting CPVC pipes with a fucking hacksaw, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? That's not right. And it probably has more to do with the cold weather where they just never got in the habit of using those ratchet cutters. I had to put a new blade in the rigid cutters that I have. I put a new blade in them yesterday uh, because somehow I took a chunk out of the blade. But I can cut up to 2-inch PVC with them, and it just makes trimming houses out easier. I don't have to get in there and cut the stub outs off with a hacksaw or whatever they use. I've seen guys online YouTube using sawzalls to cut drain lines. I just use my rigid cutters. I have two pairs of ratchet cutters. One that goes up to 1 inch for CPVC pipe or Schedule 40 pipe, and then I have a big pair of rigid. They're not big at all. They're just a little bigger than the small pair, but they can cut up to 2-inch pipe, man, and it's very easy. Uh, Anyways, let's I went to, I was in Rhode Island. It's funny, man. I was in Rhode Island a couple years ago, 5, 6 years ago, and I want to talk about ProPress. There was a guy, he was a union plumber, and I was staying in Riverside, Rhode Island. I had my camper up there. I stayed up there for about 4 or 5 weeks in my sister's yard. But right down at Sabins Point, which is a great little park in Riverside. A lot of people hang out there, a lot of guys fishing, and a lot of people that I knew. They're all fucking old now, but I saw a lot of people I knew. But there was one guy who was a union plumber, and he had a box, had a ProPress in his back seat, and we were talking about plumbing, and he's like, "Yeah, that's all we use up here is ProPress." And I was like, "You want to sell that thing?" You can take me out of the city, but you can't take the city out of me. I was like, "You sure you don't want to sell me that? I'll give you $200 right now. I'll buy a ProPress if I can get a hot one, or it's where I grew up, man. The best deals in town are the stolen. It's the stolen shit." I'm kidding. That was me. Back in the day, I used to be a fence. Some of you know what that means. Sean Peasy. ABS. I don't have much experience with ABS at all, guys. Love my old school attitude. It's, everybody you are who you are, man. And you're only, what you've been exposed to, really, I guess. John Wilson will be down in Pelican Point. Nice. When you get down here, John, you give me a call, man. I'll buy you a sandwich over at Detweiler's, guy. Yeah, I saw that clamp yesterday, guys. I got a couple of comments on the ground clamp for the phone box on that job I did yesterday. I didn't touch that ground clamp. I didn't cut that pipe. I didn't do anything. That clamp was on. It was not the ground clamp for the entire plumbing system. If you look through that video again, you'll see when I went to the water heater, you can see that there's a ground clamp connecting the hot and cold at that water heater. That ground clamp was put there. That pipe with the ground clamp on it is the relief valve for the water heater. It's the relief pipe. And the guy who put the electrical box, the phone box in there, or the Verizon, whatever the hell that is, he just put a clamp on there. But I'm not in the business of giving electrical advice. for their safety and mine. I said yesterday in a comment, but yeah, I didn't touch that, man. That was, look at the video again. You'll see that I never touched that pipe or the ground clamp. It had nothing to do. It never went down into the ground. And even if that copper went down in the ground, that's not a good ground. The ground needs to be a ground fucking stake driven into the ground 8 feet or whatever, 6, 7, 8 feet. And they do that. And they connect the ground wire actually to the friggin', to the rebar in the footing. So, there's a different way of building these things down here. But I had nothing to do with that ground clamp. And like I said, I stick to what I'm there for. Yeah, I saw that. He said, let the pipe set up. That's what I mean about his inexperience with this stuff. And if he's no different than me. If he were down here, he'd know how to do it. When he was gluing those 2 joints, I was like, dude, you got to speed it up, pal. That ain't gonna cut it. Sitting there fucking gluing each pipe 16 times and then letting it sit there. And then gluing the 2 adapters, the male or whatever he put, female adapters, and then putting it together. You got to be quick with CPVC, man. Hit the pipe, hit the fitting, and put it together. Twist it a little bit, get it in the position you want it, and leave it. And then glue the next joint. You don't have to do them all at the same time. Yeah. That's just how I feel about that. Jay Fly, I've taught him a lot about plumbing and life in general. Hey, Jay Fly, man, I know you're a thinker, man. And I can tell by the stuff you sent me that you're a thinker. And really, unfortunately, there are a lot of sheep in this country, people that are just following guys. I appreciate you, brother. Thanks, man. Leave the plumbing to the plumbers, huh? You pump guy. Steve Lav is old school, that's for sure, man. He's a good man. He works hard every fucking day. He's a true serviceman, which I'm not really a true serviceman. Like even Mikey Pipes, he's a service guy, and a friend of mine, Terry, he's a service guy. When somebody calls, he gets the fuck out of bed and he goes, That's not me. That's why I did new construction, because I like the structure of it. I like going to work from, getting up early and going and put my 8 hours in somewhere, man. This 24-hour service shit it's not for me, but that's where I am. I can't do new construction anymore. I don't want employees. But yeah, those guys are good, man. I learn a lot from them. Like the other day, I listen to everything everybody has to say, and one of the things that I learned from Steve Lav the other day, it was just a little quip that he said, but he said, I don't go looking for trouble. And it's shit like that jumps out to me. And I'm poking the bear all the time. I'm always fucking with people. And I look at that like maybe that was a little sign that I need to cool it, fucking with Mikey Pipes. Even though I think I could kick his fucking ass if he came to my house. I was joking the other. I told my daughter, I said, we need to have a cage match. Me and Mikey Pipes, man. Throw us in a fucking cage and duke it out, man. See which one of us comes out alive. Let me know what you guys think about that. Me and Mikey in a fucking cage match. And if he doesn't really want to get beat up too bad, maybe we'll do it in one of them fat guy balloon suits, Mikey and Johnny fucking slugging it out. Tom Dale, you shithead, where the hell you been, you jerk? Tom dumped me like a fucking hot potato, you son of a gun. Tom, man, I miss you, brother. Fuck. I called him out. I kept referring to him, and he dumped me, man. He was like, fuck you, I don't want this. Mikey's in Orlando now. Oh, shit. Listen, I dialed up the sensitivity on my fucking, on my, security system in case old Mikey comes. And I got my dogs. Watch. Bella. Mikey pipes. Mikey pipes. Get him. I know he's packing a Glock, though. And he's here in Florida where, you know, you can kill somebody for nothing and get away with it. Anyways, Mikey, I like you, buddy. I think you're doing great things. Like I said, it's a great time to start fresh, man. Take a good, hard look at yourself. Make some adjustments. And become a better person. Take that stupid fucking Trump hat off of your fucking... That's what I'm talking about when it comes to being morally bankrupt. What the fuck, man? Really? You driving around with a Trump hat on your fucking dashboard? And then you're confused, man. And then you fucking... All you talk about is DeSantis. You know, the guy who looks like a kitten with fucking milk on his mouth. In his high heel fucking... clickety-clack fucking boots because he's a fucking 5-foot-tall little shit. I hate DeSantis. And I hate Trump. Okay, I don't know what happened to me just then. Hey, Abu. Just call me a fucking dog, I think. What happened here? Abu Sayed. You're a fucker dog. Fuck a dog? I just had the blood pressure go up in my... Did my face turn red? Don't get me going. What do you think, man? I'm gonna go get a couple of them balloon suits. I got an acre of land back here. I'll bounce that motherfucker all over my backyard. Let's go, Mikey. If you're watching, give me a ring. Give me a jingle, man. You got my number. Or you can find it easy enough. Do I like JFK Jr.? You mean that guy who fucking died 20-something years ago? I never really thought too much about JFK Jr. I know some of you guys think he's still alive, hiding in Clinton's basement. Fucking wackadoos. Tom, I see when it comes to Johnny Maga Man, yeah. Make the asshole go away. Tom, when it comes to ProPress, there are places where I would definitely use a ProPress, man. If I were working in a high rise, you know, with a bunch of pipes hanging in the parking garage underneath, and I needed to get the water back on fast, and you know, ProPress would be the tool I'd go for on a 2-inch. I don't know how big those things get, but Sharif. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I'd use ProPress on something like that where you got 100 units that are shut down. You need to get the water back on. There's nothing worse than soldering a big line. I've done buildings where they had 3-inch copper lines and you pressurize that shit with water and you got one joint that's fucking dripping. It's a problem. It takes forever for the water to drain down. So this job, I was just a young whippersnapper, and this job, that happened, and I told the supervisor, I said, hey man, why don't we just pressurize this shit with air first? You know, if there's a fucking leak, it's a lot easier to let the fucking air out than the water, you know? So at that point, he said, yeah, let's do that. And you know what's funny? This guy had a fucking burn mark from doing medical gas, like 6 inches long down his cheek. He was a tough motherfucker. He had more hair on his back and his neck. I mean, he'd walk around, you could see all this fucking hair coming out. He looked like a, you know, Bigfoot. But anyways, he was up in the attic soldering a fucking med gas line. And you gotta get that shit red hot, man. He fucking turned and pushed his face right up against it, man. Son of a bitch comes out of the attic. He's like, I burned my face. Within fucking 15, 20 minutes, he was back to work. I'd have been off for 3 weeks. Hey, Barney, my friend. Yeah, you got a shout out, my friend. Barney! What about the guy who's got a strange fascination with Barney Frank? Who are you, man? Come out of the closet. He's got a weird fascination for Barney Frank. Oh, God. The fucking toothless wonder from Massachusetts. Comes to commercial plumbing. I did plumbing. I worked probably, I don't know, for about 2 years doing commercial plumbing. I did some big buildings, 14 stories tall, cast iron, copper, water pipes. I did a Best Buy, all cast iron, where we came out of the building. It was about 4.5 feet deep. It was a big building. With when Best Buy first came out, they had a garage where you could get systems installed in cars. So we had to do all the airlines and hook up compressors. It was and we ran all the AC drains up in the overhead, and that was a great job. But I'm a house plumber, and there's a lot of different. You can do a lot of different things as a plumber. I'm a residential house plumber. That's what I do. That's my. Have I accepted Jesus? Yes, I have, man. Even though I swear I'm not your. Even Jesus needs tough ass warriors. You know what I'm saying? Some guy who's gonna jump over the fence and go kick some ass if you have to. It is what it is, guys, but I'm a firm believer in my higher power. And I choose Jesus Christ as my higher power, but yeah, I know I'm not your run-of-the-mill, Christian, but I act like a Christian. I care about people, I don't kick a fucking or spit on a homeless guy. I buy him lunch. Bob Morley, you're a great guy. Love your comments, man. Tom Dale. Tom, you got some great comments too, man. Bill W, bro. Yeah. I'm not ashamed. I spent many hours and days in AA meetings to get sober, man. And my life flourished as soon as I got sober. For you guys out there still suffering, I don't even care if you're old. You can still shake it. Go to a meeting every day, man. And it's easy to get caught up in that shit, man. Life is a stressful thing. And I see these guys, man. I see him all the time. A guy, he's walking down the street, and he's got a little bag of fucking food and a 12-pack of beer or a case of beer in his hand. And I'm thinking he's walking because he doesn't have Hey, JLS, good for you, brother. 8 years of sobriety. You know. Anyways, yeah, it's a tough thing to get over, but I'm glad I did it. I just got sick and tired of being sick and tired, man, or not going anywhere, spending all my money. It's a whole lifestyle change, and I'm happy that I'm one of the percentages, very low percentage of people who can get sober and stay sober. So more power to you guys. Anybody out there suffering, you need somebody to talk to, feel free to give me a call, man. I'm taking a little pointer from Mikey Pipes. It'll be $50, you know. I'll give you a bargain. $50 for 15 minutes. Yeah, for my that guy's a true fucking business guy. His fucking mind is always, how can I make a buck? Good for him. Nothing wrong with that. He's gonna make a lot of money, or he's gonna be in a lot of debt. But we all have a different path in life, you know. We all have different motives, and God bless them. Tom, God bless you, my friend. Spread the word, man. Help a guy up, help a woman up, help a kid up. Tom, I'm glad you're back, brother. I missed you, man. I must have done something that pissed you off, but I like your nuggets of wisdom. Even though you are kind of critical of me sometimes, and I'm sensitive, man. Fucking sensitive. Hey, guys, so this has been a long live chat, and I got to give a shout out. I'm going to give a shout out to a bunch of people here on YouTube, guys that I follow. I follow this kid, Sick Kids Entertainment, out of New Jersey. Fucking kid's smart. He knows way more than I know. I'm good at what I do. I'm a house plumber. This kid knows a lot of shit, man. I honestly, in my heart of hearts, I wish I had came up in the trades up in the north, because you just learn a lot more, you know. You learn a lot. You learn about heating, cooling, uh, furnaces. I was a boiler technician in the Navy, so I was really well suited to take that. I learned all about systems. I went to engineering schools in the Navy. And yeah, those guys up north, they know a lot more than a plumber down here in Florida. But I don't need to know all that shit, to be honest with you. Uh-oh. The pump just kicked on. It's a sign. It's a sign, Bella. Gussie, come here, man. We haven't seen Gussie lately. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. Praying for you in your knee surgery, my friend. Barney. Betsy Ross, listen, in Providence, Rhode Island, look it up. Betsy Ross. There's a park in Rhode Island called Roger Williams Park. She put together the first flag, and her house, that Betsy Ross house, is in Roger Williams Park, man. It was a great place to go. I love my country, guys. Don't ever doubt that, man. Don't question my patriotism. Like I said, I'll jump over the fence and kick some fucking ass if I have to, man. I'm old now, but I still got it. At least I think I do. I'm going to buy a football helmet. I was thinking, you know, a goalie mask or something like that, so I could take some punches and kicks to the fucking head and face, but I'm going with the full. I think a football helmet's a good thing to have in my truck in case I have to get out and whip some ass. Yeah, anyways. Barney, you're welcome, my friend. I love this shit. Guys, unfortunately, I have to let you go, man. It's been great. What are we down to? We got 4 people. 4 fucking people. Everybody else left. The fucking buffet closed. All right, guys. Or maybe that's 40. I don't know. Maybe there's 40 people. Yeah, probably 40. Anyways, guys, this was great. Maybe we'll do it again next Saturday morning. Have a great day. Johnny Boy's got to go, man. My fucking legs, every hair I don't have too much hair on my legs because of the chemo. And I never did anyways, but every one of them motherfuckers is standing up straight because it's fucking chilly. Jesus, it's dropping. The temperature's, it's getting colder instead of fucking warmer, man. Better! Go get Mikey! Get Mikey Pipes! Sick! Guys, have a great day, man. I love you. Peace out. Gotta go, man. I don't even know how to turn this fucking thing off. Jesus Christ. I gotta go to the bathroom. Fuck, man. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yes!